My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
Welcome to the Men's Room Appy Hour, broadcast exclusively on Odyssey. Let the shenanigans begin.
We're back!
Oh my God!
Welcome to episode number 1 of the brand new Men's Room Appy Hour. Exclusively on Odyssey and the Odyssey app. Man, oh man, we missed you guys.
And much like the former Appy Hour, this one also will not last an hour.
No, it will not. And unlike the last one that we did every day.
I was about to do that.
Yeah, this one is a once-a-weeker.
Uh-huh.
So once a week you get to download the Men's Room Appy Hour exclusively on Odyssey.
Hooray.
What they would like to tell you is to search for the Men's Room once you download the Odyssey app. And then you've already done all this, but tell your friends, subscribe. That way, when you subscribe to the page, you will get all of the podcasts that we do and everything in between, from the weekly Best of the Men's Room podcast, the daily podcast, the podcast, Greatest Story Never Told podcast, MegaCast, all in one place, right where you are right now on the Odyssey app.
I mean, dead honest with you, I don't know how any of this shit works. So if they're already listening to this right now, have they already done what you just told them to do?
Well, they are here and they have found us, but if
That's
they
what I mean.
subscribe to the page, it makes it a lot easier for them. That way it automatically downloads. As soon as we do this bad boy, it shows up and then they can listen to it right away.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, that's how we work it.
It's the magic.
Since we last spoke, we have. Oh, by the way, one quick note, and I know we're going to get questions on this, but what ended up happening was the app that we were using before, or the people that were in control of the app, or whoever did the system stuff. I know I'm talking in big technical terms for you IT people. They changed that provider. So where Mike used to do your go lives on Thursday at 1, and you and Steve would do your thing on Friday. All those live features are now gone from the new platform.
Correct.
And that included the Men's Room Appy Hour. So the reason that we are back to doing a weekly podcast is basically because the technology that we were using does not exist on this newer platform. However, hopefully this one doesn't fuck up as much.
Yeah.
So, you know,
great.
One of those things where every once in a while you have a little glitch in the in that segment
Matrix?
of it. Well, the live crap.
Thought he was going to say Matrix too.
But either way, yeah. But since we last talked, big news, we have launched a brand new beer with a brand new partner. That would be Black Raven Brewery, and we're throwing a little party Friday, March 15th. If you're listening to this, please show up, man. We're doing our show live from 2 till 6. The Tap House in Woodinville is a beautiful facility.
It really is a nice-ass place, man.
It really is.
They've got all kinds of great beers there.
On that note, Mike and I were talking about this earlier, right? So we're talking about the launch of the beer. A lot of people bitch, it's an IPA. I don't like an IPA. Mike says, I don't like IPA.
I hate them.
I really like this beer.
I do.
And I said to Mike, and this is a compliment to Black Raven, I said, of all the beer styles you can have, traditionally, I don't like Pilsners. I have their Pilsner.
Right.
It is fucking awesome, right?
Hell
so,
yeah.
like, just try the beer. If you don't like it, you don't have to drink it. But trust me, Black Raven, I will drink their Pilsner. Mike will drink their IPA.
Right. And
That's
so
saying something.
basically what happened was this. We just wanted to get back to a local beer company, somebody who produces beer here in the Pacific Northwest. The new partnership is fantastic as far as, hey, man, let's throw parties. Let's get down, man. Let's have a good time. Let's put the beer out there. Let's get it on tap again. There's been some.
And they added pinball machines.
Did they really?
Did
Yeah.
they really?
Did they? All right, sweet.
Nice.
Okay. Oftentimes they have a food truck up there. I don't know if they're going to on our Friday, March 15th broadcast, but that's a possibility as well.
I hope they do.
I don't know up until that point. Obviously, it's a week away. And Uli is also working on a brand new sausage for us. Is it out now? I can't tell you that because I haven't seen it yet.
We don't know.
But it's a men's room beer broth. And the idea being that when we first did the sausage with Uli, men's room red, the first beer that we did with the Legion, that was in that broth.
Correct.
Now that changes.
No, that was a sausage, not a broth.
Correct. Sausage. Now that changes with this beer, which will be included in the men's room beer broth. So that's why the style of the sausage is changing. We're excited to try that. Can't tell you when that's going to be, but we'll let you know as
I
soon
do
as we
want to
find
eat
it.
that.
I do want to eat that, man. Because the last time we had a sausage with the guy, I know it sounds stupid, but he gave us a brat and it was unfreaking believable.
Oh my God, he's so good,
Straight
dude.
out of the steamer.
Yeah, that was a
kielbasa.
Was it a kielbasa?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And oh man, that was good. And it was like he pulled it off the link.
He did.
And you just like
Out of the steamer,
smoke.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was good.
I was covered with like a meat film when we left.
Yeah.
when we left the processing plant. But
You
Miles,
end
it
up
looks
burping
like-
it up for the rest of the day.
Oh, damn it.
Uh-oh.
whatever.
I just had it. Thought it was for the 15th. There will be a food truck there.
Oh, there will be. Okay, cool. All
That
right.
would be a very good day to do it, I think, because we're
I was
pretty
a
much going to
bad
fill the place up, is what I suspect. I'm actually looking forward. Usually,
It's,
I'm not-
it's absolutely free, by the way.
yeah, and I'm not going to lie. Typically, I hate doing the show out of studio, right? Because it's just like anything. You're kind of out. It's like sleeping on the other side of the bed.
Phones don't work.
It's not, right. The
Often
phones
there's
don't
a
work.
delay in your
You can't
head.
trust the tech. It's just, it is what it is, right? But I'm actually looking forward to this one. And I rarely say that. I don't know why. I think it might just be the facility.
Yeah, oh, no, it's
itself.
gonna be
It's
great.
just a nice
also,
place, man.
Positive COVID story. Seriously,
Aren't they all?
They're positive COVID. Yeah. Because of COVID, this technology has gotten easier and it's gotten better.
What technology?
Because there's just based on the remote
Oh,
broadcasting
right, yeah.
capabilities, because a lot of people worked from home during the pandemic, and they have just, I think, refined the way that that you could bring a signal from your home. Because I did the show live from my house when I had COVID, and there was a slight delay, maybe. Not too much on
Wasn't
my
too
end.
bad. Wasn't
No,
too bad.
It wasn't. It was.
I just did it, November?
And it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. No, from a technology standpoint, it's gotten a hell of a lot better. So, we don't hopefully we'll have no difficulties up there as far as the phone lines and everything else. But
It won't affect you.
Well, or people just show up. That
the-
way we don't have to use the phones. We can just ask you
That
questions.
would be
Exactly.
ideal.
Yeah.
That would absolutely be ideal.
Looks like we got some Mexican food truck on that
Nice.
Friday.
Do we have a name of the Mexican food truck?
Friday, March
Tacos.
15th, Plaza Garcia Express.
Oh, Plaza Garcia.
I don't know why I said it that way.
right.
Sorry,
Because
Mike.
it's fun. Plaza Garcia. Right? That's a lot better to say Plaza Garcia.
It's Garcia's house.
No, what is house?
They got
Plaza?
burritos,
Mesa.
Mexican, and tacos.
No, wait. Mesa
House
is
is Mesa, right?
No, Casa. Casa is house.
What am I thinking?
Mesa is flat or like a plateau.
I thought Mesa
think.
was table.
It is table.
Yeah,
because
Jose
Jose
Mesa
Mesa
was
Yeah,
Joe Table.
Mesa's
Joe
a
Table.
flat top hill. You got me on that one. And then
Plaza.
a public square.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like
a
plaza.
plaza.
Like a plaza.
Yeah.
And then a playa is a beach, right? But
Correct.
We go to Mazatlan every so often, and they have a sign that just says Super Playa. But from the American standpoint, it says Super Playa. So every time we go, I take a picture, and my wife gets annoyed.
Right.
It's like, look, you know I'm going to do it, babe. Just take the goddamn picture.
So it's Friday, March 15th, Black Raven Brewery and Tap House in Woodinville. That's very important to know because they also have a brewery and location in Redmond. They have a tap room there. That's not where you want to go. You want to go to Woodinville. Woodinville. Up 45. Go all the way almost to
It
the
is
top.
out in the middle of nowhere, but it's worth it.
It's up there by, what is the, is it Chateau Saint-Michel?
It is
Yeah,
out there
it
by
is.
Chateau Saint Michel.
It's
Chateau
not too far away
Saint-Michel.
from Chateau Saint-Michel. I'm going to get there early, man. We're going to be broadcasting from 2 till 6. What else? do we-
Longer show.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, you know how that goes. You never know what's going to happen. We do have a couple extra.
Till 5:55.
That's right.
Whatever. Couple
They don't have liquor there, do they? Okay, good.
couple
No.
of extra
They
locations.
do not.
They don't. The only reason my wife's not freaking the fuck out, right? Because I'm like, well, hey, man, we're going to do that. And she knows me. She's
know
like,
how she feels.
you're going to get trashed. I said, babe, they don't have liquor. She's like, thank God. Right. I said, it's just beer, man.
Except for that flask I'm bringing. A couple of extra locations where you can find the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven, Michigan Street Shell, the Market Basket on Walnut Street, the Chevron in Ballinger. Is it Ballinger or Ballinger?
I would assume Ballinger,
Ballinger.
but I don't
I'm going
know.
to plead the fifth.
The Lake Sawyer Grocer. The Lake Sawyer.
Lake Sawyer.
Like Tom Sawyer, but the lake.
Modern day warrior, mean pride, buy a beer and enjoy it.
Get real high. Safeway in Everett. Echo Falls Food Mart and Liquor. That would be as in the beverage liquor.
Oh, hey, Edmund Safeway. You need to get the beer. A couple of people that apparently live in Edmonds,
Okay.
they are pissed, man. We get these angry texts.
Do they not have it, or are they just selling out that quick?
I don't know, but
have
in the
little
last
pocket
couple of
dimension
days,
listeners
because
in
we keep saying in Safeway, look, they've already reordered.
Right.
Yeah, like, Safeway's like, hell yeah, we're carrying this beer, but I guess the one in Edmonds says, not for you.
Right. And looking down the list, there were also select QFC locations, select.
Come on, QFC.
But Safeway's pretty well got it. They're in Everett, Total Wine in the International District.
Total Wine.
The Hagen, and Stanwood. Hagen, right?
Hagen.
Why do they put 2 G's? Shouldn't that be Hagen?
Would you want your place called Hagen?
Well, okay, it's Hagen.
Probably somebody's last name.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Village Market Thriftway in Ballinger, the Safeway in Mill Creek, the Lucky 7 Grocer in Lacey, Safeway in Silver Firs, Safeway in East Bremerton, Safeway in Snohomish, Safeway in Marysville on Rucker Avenue and Bellevue Way.
The Mother Rucker.
And the Total Wine in Puyallup. By the way, do us a favor. If you...
That's what we call Darius's mom. Hey, Mother Rucker.
I know this might not be your normal move when you're in a grocery store, but if you happen to see our beer, please take a picture and then just shoot it to us at the men's room at KISW.com. That way we can. And I also just mention the location. Hey, I'm in the Safeway, wherever. And
Also, if you find it in the bar, dude.
we'll put it up on Facebook. That way more people know.
If you find it at the bar, let us know too, man.
100%.
Yeah. I can't wait to. I mean,
I haven't seen our tap handle. I don't know what it
we
looks like.
have. Okay, so we have a keg that the kegerator finally got filled back up again.
Yeah.
All the pipes got cleaned, the tubes, all that stuff.
Our boss took care of that.
So we have this on tap. I think today might be the day that I get a draft. Because I've had a draft at the brewery before.
That's a good point.
All right.
But I've been drinking it out of cans. So draft beer is always, in my mind, that's my preference. If I can sit down at the bar and get a draft beer, that's kind of how I roll. Nothing wrong with cans. It's just I'll drink the cans at home.
But we're out.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, cans are different in a bar too.
Yeah.
Like in Seattle, you get kind of used because there's always Rainier cans.
Yes.
But I feel like if I go to a bar and it's like we just have cans, I don't mind it, but I'm like, all right, it's a little lower end.
Right.
You know what? You're right,
Well,
man.
It was because you only see certain beer in cans.
In cans, right.
So even locally, from our standpoint of where we are, I mean, only 3 hours, 4 hours, but kokanee, you only see kokanee in cans. Very rarely do you see someone drink a kokanee that is in a draft form. Montucky, cold snacks.
Montucky, yeah.
Montucky cold snacks. They're always in tall boy cans. I've never seen that on draft before.
Man, you know what? It's somebody told me they basically just repackaged that. It's already a beer, you know. I can't remember what it is.
What,
Really?
Montucky?
Yeah.
So it's not Montucky anymore.
No,
I don't,
it is
never
Montucky.
was.
I think what he's saying is like there's some beer we know, and then Montucky
yeah, it's like
is
PBR
that beer.
or something, and they just slap a different label on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be
I
damned.
will be damned.
You sneaky
Isn't that kind of
bastards.
is it Costco? Are they? It's Costco. Who's the one?
War beer's an original recipe.
Well, no, I mean like they're the ones where everyone says like their vodka. No, Kirkland brand, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think they're very smart about it. Like, look, take things that people like, put our name on it. You sell it for slightly cheaper, but the companies hedge their bets because do you want to break out generic so-and-so, even though it's actually Grey Goose vodka, or pull out a bottle that says Grey Goose, right?
Well, the silver, whatever it was, the Kirkland beer that Sean would buy all the time. If you looked on the label, it didn't. It said the brewery, but the brewery was in Wisconsin. So if
it
you
was
figure
Miller
anyone
Lite.
can drink an easy drinking beer, it's somebody from Wisconsin. That's
Sure.
kind of what they do. It's like getting cheese from there. It's going to be fine.
And it was a 36-pack or something. It was wild.
For a ridiculous amount of
Costco
money.
does not fool around. Am I the only one that prefers bottles? Look, I like a draft, I like a can, but I prefer the bottle.
It depends on the beer. I think certain beer needs to be. I think certain beer deserves a bottle. So there's nothing wrong with a Miller High Life in a
Sure.
tall boy can, but there's something about having a bottle of Miller High Life that just changes the game for me on that one beer. Bud Light doesn't matter; it's a Bud Light. But any of the beers that you expect, like Dos Equis,
Oh,
typically
yeah.
if it's on draft,
Bottle.
it's on draft. They do have it in can, but
It would feel weird getting it in a can.
especially a Negra Modelo or any of those beers that have the foil tops on
Yeah.
them that are kind of like a Grolsch.
Do they have
Or a
Negro
St.
Modelo
Pauli.
in a can? I've seen Modelo in a can.
I don't know
but
that they
have-
I
do.
don't believe they do. No, you've seen the Especial in the can, but I don't think we have the Negro.
I haven't seen the
in it.
Negro.
Yeah.
Damn, we can't get a break in it. You had fun saying that, didn't you?
I'll tell you what I want to do this year for a fact.
Mike was so you can't say Negro Modelo. He just had to stop at Negro.
Here's another problem. Okay, so when we had the men's room red and the men's room ale, it was in bottles. And bottles are fine, except for the fact that some stores don't have that kind of shelf space.
Sure.
So when you're looking to be able to stock a number of beers, that's why you see a lot of beers these days in cans because there's more shelf room.
And you can stack them.
A brewery can put more different varieties in the same space as they could bottles.
And it takes up less space than you're recycling.
It does.
Yes.
And in your refrigerator.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
I mean, because right now I have a shit ton of beer at home right now because my wife, the week before we released the beer, my wife sends me a text. And keep in mind, there's a legal reason why you have to wait to announce these things. So we knew the beer was coming, obviously. We had seen the labels for it, but it's just not out yet. It's not in any stores. So my wife sends me a
Wasn't
text.
supposed to be.
Right, and there's a picture, and, oh, no, she sends me a text that says, because I'm such a good wife, I got a surprise for you. Thanks, babe. That's all I said. Keep in mind, I'm at work. So I go back to work. 15 minutes later, she texts me again. Do you have any idea what it is? Basically, she's like a child at this point. And I say, no,
your
babe,
present.
that's what a surprise is. I have no fucking idea. Third text, about 10 minutes later, she just can't hold it in anymore. It says this, and then there's a picture. In the picture is a case of our beer. Now, keep in mind, this is legal stuff. This is a week before it's so I immediately called her. I'm like, where the fuck did you get this from? So I'm thinking it's at a store. She goes, dumbass, I drove up to Black Raven.
Right, you
I walked in. They greeted her. They said, hey, take a case home. I'm like, okay, all right. Because if it was at a store, that could have been an issue.
Right.
Yeah, so where the fuck did you get this? She's like, I drove up to
There
the
could be some
brewery.
serious repercussions.
And they handed it to me. I'm like, all right.
Nice. This is the best news I could have gotten today.
And she got for me on a Friday. By Monday, when I came to work, the case was gone. I just drink it all day,
Well, and
man.
you can drink a couple of these and not just get absolutely obliterated.
It is still an
'cause
IPA.
the APV, it's just not as high as like our old beers used to be.
Right.
It's like a 5.3 or a 5.8, I think they said.
And
something
like I said, I've been proving that to my wife at home. You really need another beer? I'm like, I ain't getting drunk. And even if I am, I'm not telling you.
I didn't need the first one. I'm enjoying every one of them.
You know, I'm going to say that next time. Baby, I did not need that first one.
That's right.
But that's all I like to tell her. It doesn't drink itself. You bought it, I assume, for the purposes of drinking it. So what I'm doing is drinking the drink that doesn't drink itself.
Right.
You know why the kids keep drinking lemonade? Because it don't drink itself.
I like throwing it back on the wife. You really need that next one? I can still hear you.
Yeah. By the way, the
It
beer,
is funny how it doesn't work the same way.
Oh, I would never.
Yeah.
Like I
You
I
need another Bloody Mary?
I've dated girls that like to drink, right? And it's just like, hey, like you're getting kind of hammered.
What do you know?
Yeah, it's like,
Why are you worried
Jesus
about it?
Christ, man.
Do you need that other pair of shoes?
Yes.
It's fair, but I just don't want to hear it on the backside.
and then when you're around that for a while, you're like, what an ass I've been.
I know. Is this how I am to you?
I have been this drunk before.
My
and
God.
I've just never been around a woman who is, and this is a
This sucks.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why I
exactly.
slept on the couch.
No wonder my wife hated me.
Tonight I'm sleeping on the couch voluntarily. Jeez.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
From executive producer Jimmy Kimmel,
What's up, team? Just two people can't launch a brand. It takes a village.
We are MMD Hollywood. Which stands for medical marijuana.
due to restrictions, we can't tell you everything about our new reality series. But what we can say is the idea behind it is fully baked. High Hopes. Streaming 4/20 on Hulu.
The best one I had was, and I don't even remember saying it, and it might have been after the Seahawks won that Super Bowl, but absolutely hammered. And the next morning, do you remember what you said last night?
Oh, God.
What? Like, I don't know. Like, the dog got walked and everything. It's fine.
Right.
She was like, yeah, well, I tried to hit on you. And you said, I'm too drunk. I'll fuck you tomorrow. And just walked out with the dog. I was like, all right, well, it's not that bad. I mean, that's not being honest.
Right. Was she there to collect? I mean,
yeah, but it's like, you were at the same Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Like,
I got a buddy.
we did a lot of shots with the Seahawks score. I don't remember the final score of that game, honey.
Yeah. I got a
fuck you tomorrow.
buddy who's
and I walked out a 6-pound dog.
Right. But he's a manager at a bar. His girlfriend does not work in the industry. She's like a nurse or something. But he's managing that night. I'm at the bar. She's sitting at the bar beside me. And so I keep ordering shots. And I don't know what was into her. I think her team won, or I don't know what the hell was doing. Either way, because I think that's why she showed up, because her basketball team's on. So she starts doing shots with me. And I'm like, man, you don't want to start out with a double. She's like, I already have had one. I'm like, all right.
Who is this again? Just a random?
This is the manager's girlfriend, fiance. So he's working this. He's working this night. She's sitting at the bar watching the game. I sit beside her. I start doing shots. Well, at this point in time, I get off work. I'm doing shots.
Yeah.
But
you don't have to explain it. I already went, she's in trouble.
Yeah, she's going for it. Every single time I go, she's like, man. All right. And I left like I normally do, went home, made dinner, whatever. Well, I hadn't seen this guy in a while, but I saw him last week for the first time in weeks. And he's like, man, you fucked my girlfriend up. He's like, first of all, we had to pull over on the way home so she could throw up out the door. And then when we got back to the apartment, basically she threw up all over the bathroom. We had to put a trash can by the bed all night. She basically dropped anchor. She slept all night long with one foot on the fucking floor. And I'm just like, man, I am so sorry. He's like, no. He's like, it's fine. It's
not your fault.
I took care of it. I'm like, oh, so sorry. My bad.
Damn. Well, we got a guy, Ted, you know this guy, at our local watering hole, typically works the day shift, right?
Oh, yeah.
So his wife works in the industry as well, somewhere up the road. I don't know where. But so they both tend bar. But he gets off around, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. And anyway, so I saw him a couple days ago. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to hang out for a bit. So he's talking to me and the wife. We throw down a couple shots, and because he's one of the bartenders, he's getting the heavy pours. Keep in mind, he's not on duty. He keeps looking at his watch. He's like, I got to go meet the wife, blah, blah, blah. No big deal, fucking whatever. Go home. I see him a little more recently, and he's like, yeah, I got to go with the wife. I'm like, you want to do a shot? He's like, nah, man, she was not real pleased with me. When I showed up last time, I was kind of fucked up, and she immediately said, Ted, she basically threw me and you under the bus. Which one of them was there?
Oh, Jesus.
What she calls us his popular friends or something.
How did I get involved?
I don't know, but he goes, man. She's like, let's Thriller Ted there? Is that why?
There was that one Friday.
See, that's why. So we have gotten lumped in as if he shows up a little bit late, but he's kind of glossy-eyed and fucked up, she immediately assumes, rightfully so, that one of us is like, yeah, let's do a couple shots.
I will say, like, I could drink light beer at a very quick pace.
Yes.
But you guys do shots. Like, it's going out of style. So even the last time I went in there with you and your wife, that Friday, like, I get home, and I'm even sitting there like, what in the hell did I do? And I'm like, oh, yeah. We did like 3 shots within like 4, because you guys are just popping in and popping out.
Yeah, we're just hitting. Well, that's the thing. So we got the kids at home, and after years and years and years of marriage, telling my wife to say, look, man, I learned this from this English guy. Before you go home after work, just stop and get a pint. It's not about getting fucked up. Just get a pint, man. Take the edge off a little bit. Go home. So
enjoy yourself.
She's always like, that's an excuse to drink. I said, it is, but also it works. Well, now that we have kids and she deals with them all the time after school, she's always like, do you want to go to the bar and get a drink? I'm like, but because they are home, we don't stay out long. So even now,
and in your defense, your son was off with his ski buddies. I think your daughter, right, who's 13, was already set up with dinner. Yeah. It was just chilling. So it was like, we got an hour.
Well, and that bar breeds a good time. You know, even when I've been in there, the few times that I've been in there, I feel like I can't go in there without you and I taking at least a few of those Jello shots. It's been a hot minute, but the wife and I are already looking to get back in there and start running through that.
Dude, when I went in there on Halloween, right, I had been with some friends and their kids trick-or-treating. And we had something the next day, but we weren't doing a show. So it's like 11:30. But I'm like, you know what? I could have a drink. And I ordered a shot and a beer. And one of the bartenders, who I love, she's awesome. But I mean, she looked like I had kicked her dog. She's like, "You really tabbing out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like,
dude."
I came in for a shot and a beer. I was like,
I do have some self-control.
I know.
Right. So that same bar that I was in, that I got that guy's girlfriend. Unfortunately,
do I know this bar?
Unfortunately, fucked up. I don't know, Ted. I've I've run into Ted in there once.
Okay.
But,
Okay,
so, and another
First of all, separate of Miles, real quick. I like that bar already. So last year we did our thing in Mike's Chili Parlor.
Yeah.
So then me and my buddy, I was like, hey, why don't we go around the corner to that bar? Because my buddy Brett's, he loves that bar. So we walk in there and we, oh, damn it. What's your buddy's name you golf with all the time?
Charlie.
So as we're walking over there, we run into Charlie. And I'm like, what's up, Charlie? And he's like, oh, I'm going to this. And I was like, that's where we're going. And then we're sitting there, and I don't know where Miles had been. I'm guessing maybe smoking weed. But, like, Miles walks in the door, like the door barely opens. And that bartender doesn't miss a beat. It just pours this shot, like, slams it down. Miles walks over, and then we're like, Miles. He's like, the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, round it up.
Yep. So there's another bar I go to down the street. This one happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is one of the most bizarre fucking things ever. So I'm at the bar with 2 other people, the female bartender. I think one of the kegs blew, like a mayonnaise or whatever. And the way their bar works is the kitchen goes out to a back area, a back alley, and then they have like an outdoor walk-in refrigerator or freezer or whatever, but it's down a set of steps and all that stuff. And that's where they keep the kegs and all that shit. So anyway, unbeknownst to me, so I'm sitting there, and the guy comes through he walks out of the kitchen guy, and goes behind the bar and pulls a tumbler and goes for the well and takes well whiskey and almost fills it to the rim and does a fucking shot, just slams it. And I'm like, damn, dude, I like this fucking cook, man. This guy's all right. So he puts the glass down, and then he walks out the fucking front door. And I'm like, all right, he must have been, this is what I figured. That's your shift drink. I'm out of here, whatever. So then the bartender that I know and another dude are walking up the steps, and they've got a dolly, and they've got the keg, and they wheel it in to the bar. And the girl that I know goes, hey, did you just see somebody walk through here? And I was like, you mean the guy from the kitchen? She's like, yeah, he just walked up the steps and walked through the kitchen. Where is he in the bar? And I'm like, dude, he just poured like a triple fucking down it, man, and walked out the front. She's like, yeah, he just walked up the steps from the alley. And I was like, I thought it was like one of the fucking cooks or something coming out of the bag. She's like, no, I have no idea who that was. He just walked up the back patio. She said, we were in the cooler, then we saw him just walk through the door, but we didn't know who. We thought it was like one of you guys looking at.
He's done that before.
I don't know.
He's done that before. No damn way that you know.
There was six,
because he timed it out.
There was 6, 7 people at the fucking bar. And I'm sitting at the end, and he just, because I thought he was like a dishwasher.
Sure.
I didn't know the fuck he was. He had a black hoodie on, man, and a baseball hat, a pair of jeans. Fucking did the fucking shot and walked the fuck out. I'm like, goddamn.
Right.
Man.
The fact that he knew exactly where he was going and how he got through it. Like, either he has done this before or he's been plotting this for a minute.
Yeah.
Every time they change that thing out back, they leave that door open.
In balconies that do go off of this back deck that you can get to that alley. Like, there's a number of restaurants and
yeah,
bars.
I mean, hell, it could have just been luck of the draw.
Yeah, he's just trying to get through. He just walked right through like, fuck it, there's no way in here, man. I think the bartenders are in that cooler back there, yeah.
You ever poured your own drink?
Not at a bar.
I've done it at a hotel bar.
Why,
did they let you, or did you just...
No, it was after a wedding. I mean, I was younger. I was in there with a bunch of my old teachers, and it's just taking forever. Like, there's just nobody at this bar. And it's like the middle of the day, right? And then I remember the one guy, he's like, Daddy, just lean over and pour that beer. So, like, we just lean over, we pour 2 beers. And the awkward part is the bartender shows up and goes, did you guys pour those beers? And we're just like, no. And I was like 19.
No.
Like, I mean, underage, poured our own beers.
No. I'm the fucking bartender.
Yeah, I mean, enough people showed up and we ordered enough. I don't think he cared, but just,
No.
you know me.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Don't ask me any follow-up questions.
All right.
I'm not good at lying.
Bitches, again, the live broadcast Friday, March 15th, the Black Raven Brewery and Tap House in Woodinville will start there on the air live from 2 to 6. Please show up and enjoy a men's room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. And that's it for episode number 1. We go.
What do I say here? I don't remember.
You say F off to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh!
We're not even in area codes yet.
You know what? Fuck you, Kansas City. Sorry, man. I'm tired of your shit.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again. Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.